HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. Tom Nappy here to fill you in with what is happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, highlights from the final games of the Hopkinton Hillers Winter sports season. We talk with Hiller hockey head coach Scott Hayes. We also talk with book author Dwarka Chadha and much more. But first, the Hopkinton Center for the Arts hosted the annual Hopkinton High School Honors Art Display. The Hopkinton Center for the Arts recently hosted the Hopkinton High School Honors Art Display reception. HCAM's Matt Clark was on the scene to capture the festivities and to take a look at the terrific artistry.
So the art that I've been making, my theme is mostly isolation, both within like bad moments of the isolation and good moments. So in this piece, it's called Carry On. I have the concept, these two are connected. And my concept is that all these things are like connected, and he's trying to find comfort in a place where he does not belong, through death and through animals, and I connected that with the red in the eyes and the flowers, which are poppies that represent death. And this one is Madhyarat, and it's like a study of a place in Nepal. And my concept for that one was like finding comfort in like the silent moments of life with isolation. And the title means midnight in Nepali. And then my other one, I called it The Corvid's Abode. And this one was mostly before I had come up with my concept, but it can still kind of be applied because he's alone and he's like kind of collecting a few things. And it's sort of, I tried to go for a sort of ethereal feel to it. So yeah, that's my works.
Thank you. Can you answer, what makes you want to do art?
I've been doing art for like a really long time, and I just like to be able to create things and make things that are my own, and I like to see the final results of my work.
Okay, awesome. And one last question. Other than your own, what's your favorite piece you've seen here tonight?
Oh, my favorite piece? It's probably Jaden Miller's over there with the three hands and the strings. It's like about the strings of fate. I find it to be a very cool concept.
So a lot of my artwork is inspired by mental health and like the recovery process, and a lot of it is kind of based off of me and just like womanhood. Art has really been like a good kind of coping strategy. It's been a way to like express myself. I've always done art ever since I was a kid. I've always been a drawer. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say about any particular piece?
Mostly every single piece that I do typically takes around like 2 to 3 hours to do. Kind of like the shorter pieces are more of like the collage type, and longer ones would typically be like full frame. Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. I just have one last question for you. Other than your own, what would you say is your favorite piece on display here tonight?
Oh, I love the hands by Michaela Scanovan. They're fantastic. I love looking at them.
Well, it's all digital photography. The assignment was to create interesting looking photos out of simple shapes made out of purely white paper, and use different lightings to make different effects on them. For My pieces, it kind of started out as like just experimenting with different things that I could do with the paper and taking pictures of it using as many different types of lighting as I could. These were probably some of my favorites. I couldn't obviously pick all of my favorites because most of what I took were my favorites. But I definitely am really happy with how they turned out, with all the shadows and the lighting, with the two at the end being like kind of like opposites at slightly different angles, with the one on the bottom being light more from the side and then the front, and the one on the top being light from the back shining through, kind of creating like a tunnel feel. I've had someone compare it to like the Sydney Opera House, and I really like that comment. The one down here, I mainly picked it because it kind of looks like a drawing, but it's actually a digital photo. And I just really like how the shadows like fade into each other and like the contrast of the bends, almost ribbon-like.
Yeah, that's really cool. Honestly, I couldn't tell at first what medium this was, but this is all really cool. So, Lunar, what makes you want to do art?
I've always been like really creative whether it was like coming up with different design ideas or like trying to fix like minor inconvenience problems. And art is just 90% creativity and only like 10% actually building up the skill over time with practice, making the art, and just a lot of experimenting, and there really is no wrong way to do it. And as someone who kind of struggled in academics for the majority of my life, that was kind of like a freeing thing to just be able to do it without there being like a wrong way to do it.
Awesome. And one last question. Other than your own, what's your favorite piece that's being displayed here tonight?
My favorite piece tonight? That is a really hard question because there's a lot of beautiful artwork here today. But my favorite art piece would have to be the blue and purple raven, hold on, that Chloe did. I forgot her name for a second. I really like how she was able to take such a simple color palette and make a beautiful piece of art with such amazing contrast. And the just style of it with like all the mushrooms and the crow like on the ground instead of up in the air like you normally would see birds depicted. It's just, I really think it's a beautiful piece of art.
Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Adult Services Librarian Danielle Cook. Danielle, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good. For those that don't know, can you talk about how long you've been with the Hopkinton Public Library and some of your experience and what you do over there?
Sure. Yeah. So I've been here for about, I think, 4 years now. I spent about a year and a half as the technology librarian, and now I'm the adult services librarian. So I do all sorts of things. I help with events and programs. I help order books for the adult collection for the library, and I help manage the reference department. So a whole bunch of different things, as well as really, really big programs like Hop 101 or the Reading Marathon.
Terrific. And that's what we're here today to talk about, the Reading Marathon. Could you talk about this program? Who can participate? What are the dates? And anything else about the Reading Marathon program?
Sure. So the Reading Marathon is something that we've done in the past. It was something that we most recently did pre-pandemic, a couple of years, I think before we moved into the new building. So it's been probably about 7 or 8 years since the last time we did it. And it's a program that's very similar to summer reading, where you can earn points and win prizes by reading. It's a little bit different in that we're not doing it over the summer. The dates are going to be March 1st through April 21st. So that starts in about a week, 2 weeks, and then goes through when the Boston Marathon happens. And this is something that's open to folks of all ages. So there will be prizes and events happening in the children's department, in the YA department, and in the adult department. So regardless of who you are, there's an option for you.
That is terrific. And can you reveal any of the prizes that will be given out, or is that a secret?
Well, I don't want to spill the beans for the other departments, but I can say that for the adult department, you can win one prize at the half marathon mark, which is 13 miles, which will be equivalent to 13 hours of reading. And you'll win a different prize at the 26-mile mark, which is similarly full marathon, 26 miles or 26 hours. And I believe that the full marathon prize will be a sports bag with some marathon and library designs printed on it.
That is terrific. Now, is it like the first person to read for the 13 hours, or is it just anyone that gets to that mark?
No, so we've got a bunch of prizes in reserve, and we'll be giving them out to folks as they meet their goals.
That is excellent. Well, this sounds like a great program. Is there a website that someone could sign up?
So we will start signups on our website shortly. You can also sign up to get a reminder for when the reading marathon starts. And the link for that is also on our website. And that will be the full reading tracking website will be opening on March 1st. So there's not really any pre-registration. Everything's will be it'll be on your markets that go on March 1st.
Excellent. So you got to sign up prior to that March 1st date or right on that March 1st date?
You can sign up right on March 1st. Prior to that, you can sign up for a reminder.
Excellent. That is terrific. So March 1st through April 24th, the Reading Marathon program. Anything else you want to include about this great program?
We hope that folks of all ages come and participate, regardless of what your reading level is or what sort of time you think you have to throw at this.
Absolutely. And is there any events that you know about that's coming up in the near future at the library people could check out?
Oh, tons of stuff. It depends on what age group you're looking for, but you can always check out our website. Our calendar is packed.
All right, Danielle, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. And we hope that we have a lot of participation in the Reading Marathon program.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are going to take a quick time out, a whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. Believe it or not, the Hiller Winter Sports regular season has come to a close. It is playoff time. Here is what happened in the final games of the regular season. On Tuesday, February 14th, Hiller boys basketball hosted their final regular season home game and took on Medfield. It was an 18-13 Hiller lead heading into the second quarter. Herman trying to drive through and feed it to the block. Good steal by DeLuca. Nice pass to Chatton, and he slams it down. Wow.
Another timeout.
Wow. Court pressure continues by the Hillers. Hyman able to pluck it away and feed it over to Dyson Roth, who finishes. And now look at this. Cho, count it.
Another timeout. Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's only a minute 20 into the second quarter, and the Hillers have scored 12 points. Freshman guard.
First bucket of the quarter by Medfield. Oh, look at that. Cole Dyson Roth knocks down a three from the corner. Hillers outscored Medfield in the second quarter, putting up a whopping 29 points compared to Medfield's 17. It was a 47-30 Hiller lead heading into the second half. They don't have 22 listed on the roster. Long two. And it's good.
That is a
Dyson
hometown bounce.
Ooh, they're going to give him a three.
Yeah, that was a three-pointer.
Dianelli, full court pressure by Medfield. On that foul, that was Sam Silk. Ellie driving down to the block. He goes off the glass and in. Anthony DeLuca.
Nice job by Anthony. Play by Medfield. That was one of the nicest plays of the night right there.
Chatting long three. Yes! Oh. Hillers add 25 more points in the third quarter and end up taking the win over Medfield 89-71. Thomas Chatton put up 22 points for the Hillers. Cole Dysonroth contributed 18 points in the win. Following the win over Medfield, the Hiller boys would go on to close out the season on a 3-game winning streak, taking down Westboro and Wayland on the road. The Hiller boys finished the regular season with a record of 14-6. On Wednesday, February 15th, Hiller boys hockey hosted Medfield in their regular season finale. It was a scoreless game heading into the second period. Along the near side, Carrazza coming out with it, and he puts it in! Joe Carrazza! Well, Carrazza just comes out with it and flings it in. Glove side, and it's a beauty. Down, lets it deflect off. A little risky, though. Medfield approaching. There's a shot. It's put in. James Tyre goes stick side, and it sneaks in, and it's a 1-1 game. Both teams exchange goals, and it's a 1-1 game heading into the third period. Away, backhander, and the puck was loose behind Lang and brushed away. And now a great feed to Kevin Arthur from Zach Palmer, and Arthur puts it in. Back into Hiller territory, approaching a minute and a half left on the power play. And wow, a shorthanded goal by Kevin Arthur. I don't exactly know what happened there, but for some reason, Kevin Arthur was left wide open. Back to Manser. 15 seconds left on the power play. Hillers certainly need a goal if they want any chance of this one. And that is in! Top shelf! Dylan Manser! Carrazza up against Arthur. And Carrazza looking for a shot out in front, and it's put in! Pavitt Mira! Off the deflection, Mira able to stuff it in and tie it up. Both teams score 2 goals apiece in the third, and it's a 3-3 game heading into overtime. Sends it out to McPherson. It gets through his legs, and now a breakaway. Kevin Arthur approaching, and he puts it in! Oh boy! Medfield is going to win it in overtime. Medfield's Kevin Arthur scores the winning goal in overtime for the Warriors as they take it 4-3. Medfield improves to 16-2-1. Hillers fall to 14-4-0. Medfield clinch the TVL Large title with the win. Hiller boys hockey finished the regular season taking home a tournament win in Martha's Vineyard. Hillers are 16-4 heading into the postseason state tournament. Also on Wednesday, February 15th, Hiller Alpine Ski competed in their final meet of the season. Here's a look.
On the blue course, number 139, Fort Ferrer from St. John. Time is number 329, Alexander Lusty, 43.04. Time for number 133, Jack Edwards, 38.44. That's for number 135, Paula Ferrer, 43.29.
View the full Alpine ski meet on our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV. On Wednesday, February 22nd, Hiller girls hockey hosted their regular season finale versus Algonquin. It was a 1-0 Algonquin lead heading into the third period.
Lead, and it has been a very evenly matched game. There's a shot, and is that in? That is in. What a shot by Emily Johns as she sneaks it by Riley Cholera. And it's 2-0 Algonquin. Bailey. Algonquin looking to clear. Oh, they have a breakaway opportunity. To the net, shot in. Emily Johns does it again. A short-handed goal for Algonquin at 5:11 left to go in the third period.
Algonquin would take the game 3-0. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne would finish the regular season with 6 wins, 12 losses, and 2 ties. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne will finish in the top 32 of the Division I rankings and has clinched a playoff spot.
Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey head coach Scott Hayes. Scott, how's it going?
Excellent, Tom. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. So it's been a tremendous season, a very fun team to follow this year. Could you talk about what it's been like coaching this group and your success that you've had this season, and what you're looking forward to next? I know we got the playoffs coming up. Are there any goals this season?
Yeah, I think that, to start off, the season's been incredible. It's it's all about the group of kids that we have, and not just their skill level on the ice, but the level of character that we have in the locker room is outstanding. The bond that the boys have, is extremely tight, and I think that all those things have had a big hand in how successful we've been. Looking forward, I think that we've been on a trajectory where we feel like we're playing our best hockey of the year, and this is the perfect time of the season to do that.
You can see the full interview with Hopkinton Hillers hockey coach Scott Hayes on the latest edition of HCAM Sports Talk, as well as our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV. We are joined by Dwarka Chadha, otherwise known as DN. Dwarka, how are you today?
Very good, Tom.
Excellent. So for those that don't know, can you talk a bit about yourself, your experience as a book author, and your background in Hopkinton?
Sure, Tom. I will be. First of all, happy greetings and happy afternoon to the Hopkinton Fellows. Namaste, that is in the Indian. Namaste. I am Dwarka, and as Tom said, DN Chadha, and I have launched my book titled Suitcase, An Immigrant American Dream Story. This is my memoir. And I am not a rich businessman or a famous celebrity, but an ordinary man who came to America with only a suitcase. My story is the story of all immigrants who came to the United States with only a suitcase and some extraordinary dreams. You need to have a desire to succeed in your career, business, education, in order to have a better life for you and your family in America. I am a resident of Hopkinton since 2012, and I love this town because of its marathon spirit. Thank you, Tom.
Terrific. So you once received recognition from former President Obama, among other politicians. Can you talk about that experience and what that was for?
Sure. I have a passion for politics, and I have worked during the campaigns for President Obama. And I went, because they told me that Massachusetts is a Democrat state, so he's going to win anyway. So they said, DN, can you go to Derry, New Hampshire, where we have a little tough time? So I was going to Derry, New Hampshire, as well as in Massachusetts, and attended several meetings, rallies, going door to door. phone banks. And one part of the Obama campaign was, which I really liked, was the healthcare reform. And that's really supporting the pre-existing conditions, for the coverage, for the heart patient, for the cancer patient, and for the diabetes. And I also, received the recognition, as I mentioned, for the healthcare reform.
You can see the full interview with book author Dwarka Chadha on our website, hcam.tv. It's time to tell you about some happenings in town. The Reading Marathon starts today, March 1st, and will go to April 21st. Check out the Hopkinton Public Library website for more information and to register. Politics with Principals, first female cabinet secretary presentation at the Hopkinton Senior Center, Thursday, March 9th at 1 p.m. To pre-register, you can call the Senior Center at 508-497-9730. Family Fling will take place Saturday, March 25th at 10 a.m. at the Hopkinton Town Common. Join for some good entertainment, activities, and food. That's the Friends of Hopkinton Family Fling, Saturday, March 25th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Hopkinton Town Common. You can check out pictures of Hopkinton Hillers Winter Sports Senior Nights at our seeninhopkinton.org. Here's a good shot of all the seniors of the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey Team. Our picture of the week, congratulations to Hopkinton Hillers wrestling coach Tim Nelson on achieving 200 wins. Certainly a tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations, Coach Nelson. Upcoming town government meetings include on Thursday, March 2nd at 7 p.m., the school committee meeting, and then on Monday, March 6th on HCAM TV at 7 p.m., you can catch the planning board meeting. For more information on meetings coming up on HCAM, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information, you can head over to the town website, hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.